the construction pushed me past it. Trying to figure out where I'm at.
Hey, Tiger, can you get us there?
I think the construction pushed me past it.
There yet? I'm not gonna lie, these old leather seats are getting awful hot back there. I need some ice cream.
All right, I think I passed it because of the construction.
Can you jump?
Don't make me come up there.
I know you want to come up here. I'm sure it's a lot cooler up here. I think I'm lost, dude.
Can you jump on a map? We're lost.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You needed to go up Massachusetts Avenue.
I'm on Massachusetts, ain't I?
No.
Ah, shit.
Right.
All right. So somehow along the line, right? I was actually talking to Phil Ambrose about this the other day. Like him being at FDIC so many years ago, he found that niche of hazmat that nobody wanted. You know, and I give him shit for it all the time. But you found literally the niche in thermal imaging camera early on to be here for 21 years.
Correct. Yes.
How has FDIC changed, and what do you think the future is, like where we're going forward with that?
I think that's one of the keys. If you're looking to be able to break into or to get into FDIC as an instructor, that's definitely one of the keys is find something that someone else isn't doing. And with the new emerging technologies, there's so much change in the world going on that's impacting the fire service. We were just talking about all the technology.
Right.
There's so many topics out there that as the fire service, we need education, we need training. And so if there's something out there, or it could be a fresh approach or a fresh look. Right. Once again, everybody would say, well, we've been doing forcible entry forever. Well, if you look at the guys that are doing respectful entry, the coastal fire, it's phenomenal because it's a whole different approach to forcible entry. We don't have to walk up to every door and destroy it with tools. Can we come up with other ways to get in, and then keeping up with the new types of locking mechanisms? So look around, find something new, find something different. And for me, I right place at the right time. I used thermal imaging initially in the military. I went in the Army straight out of high school and was doing that before I got into the fire service, so I had some exposure and experience. Right. My department I started with in New York was in Syracuse, DeWitt. They had a camera from day one, so, and that was just luck that they did. So I was exposed to all that early on. And if you want a historical throwback, Ron Moore, when they were doing the American Heat series, right, the first thermal imaging video training that was done in Syracuse. Ron did it there and was part of that. And then Safe IR, which was the first thermal imaging training company really to come about with the Cairns Iris, was very fortunate to be able to work with them. And then being in Kentucky, which is where Bullard was at, and being at EKU, I did a lot of research on thermal imaging while I was at EKU. So sometimes just all the dots line up, and right. I would love to say it was some grand intentional master plan, but that's the thing. Sometimes things fall in the right place, and things I'd like to think happen for a reason. But that's the key: is what are you doing in the fire service, or what do we need to do in the fire service that we're not, and how can we fill that gap? How can we fill that need? I've been to probably 50% of my classes this year at FDIC were things I'd not heard before. So once again, that's the key: is we need to hear those new things, and some of that is coming from outside of the fire service, like crew resource management. Right. That came from the air. There's been some decision-making classes that once again come out of crew resource, that come out of that. Those are the things I would say is, broaden your eyes, open up your scope, look at those things, and then crawl, walk, run. I didn't start my first thing with thermal imaging at FDIC. Once again, I started in other places, and that's the key: is start at a local level. Work with your department, go to regional fire schools, go to things like that. Work with, and the thing today is people have access. For example, could you have done this show 10 years ago? No. So everybody has access to things nowadays with blogs, with those podcasts and those types of things. Take advantage of that and put your message out there. And if it's truly a solid message, then it's people are going to pick up on it. People are going to follow it. So
yeah. Well, and you talked about coastal fire training. I sat in John's class the other day.
right,
And it's amazing, like what he's doing with stuff that we've known all along.
correct,
It's-
sure,
It's literally going back to good firemanship and knowing how to get through doors that
Correct.
we have forgotten.
correct,
And he's bringing back some of the old school tricks and some new ones.
correct, sure,
Watching him talking about getting through electronic sensor doors
correct.
the other day with a can of dust off was
Correct.
amazing.
Correct. Because we would show up and start with a Halligan and an axe. If that doesn't work, we're getting bigger tools, we're getting whatever, and
Right.
we will literally spend 10 minutes beating the living crap out of a door that with proper
Right.
technique, we could have gotten through in seconds with little to no damage. So,
Yeah, for sure.
and that's the key, going back to knowledge, skill, ability, and attitude. You know, are we building on that and working on that? So,
Yeah. Want to get some ice cream?
yeah, sounds great. Let's do it.